All right, boys and girls, I think y'all are able to hear us. Whoops, I had to turn my echo off. That was not awesome. So thank you everybody for coming. It looks like we've got everybody just about ready to go. Got me and Kip here on commentary, and got a wonderful race for you today with Fruit Bat Salad, the world record holder, and Maniacal, Irish Angry Snake, or I said that backwards, Angry Irish Snake, and Hero 82. So it should be a good one.
Yeah, Mako, how are you doing tonight, man?
Yeah, pretty good, pretty good. I've just woke up a little bit ago, but I should be coming around anytime.
Well, nothing like a little early morning Kid Icarus commentary, right? So let's
Absolutely.
introduce the runners real quick. Let's start with Fruit Bat Salad. He's going to be on your bottom left. Fruit Bat Salad is the current world record holder of this game. And it's been really fun to watch Fruit Bat Salad get better at this game. He kind of was interested in it last year, and he just kind of kept at it, found some new strats, kept finding ways to save a few seconds here and there. And before we knew it, he had the world record. And then even after he got it, he continued to push it and has really pushed it down very far. So definitely our most knowledgeable runner. And he's been awesome enough to make a lot of tutorials and helpful pieces of information out there. So if you find yourself interested in trying to learn how to speed run this game, I would highly recommend checking out Fruit Bat Salad's stream as well as his videos. We also have going clockwise here, Maniacal 42, who is not only does he run this game, but probably most well known for being an exceptional rando player, both in Super Metroid and in A Link to the Past. He's been in a lot of tournaments, very experienced guy, been in a lot of races, so he's a great gamer. The top right, we have Angry Irish Snake, who, in addition to Kid Icarus, I believe also does Marble Madness, Legend of Zelda, and Dragon Warrior. And so a lot of NES games, and I think he's going to be adding in some Metroid and Castlevania in the future. And then on the bottom right, we have Hero82, another fantastic gamer. He does Kid Icarus here, also Super Metroid, and I think some other games as well. I know for sure he does some Sunset Riders and Contra. So we got a bunch of guys here who are good at a lot of games. Back to Fruit Bad Salad, he also is a Super Metroid speedrunner. So the kind of primary thing that led all these people together initially was Super Metroid. So it's cool to see people branch out and do some other stuff. And Mako, you're good at this game as well. Tell us a little bit about what to expect here today.
Yeah, sure. And yeah, like you were saying about Super Metroid, this is of course developed by R&D1 from Nintendo. So it came out in '86 in Japan and came out in the US in '87. So it was just prime for me to try it as a kid. And I never did beat it as a kid, but I gave it my best shot. So yeah, that's R&D1 development team. That's Gunpei Yokoi, and the guys, the same team that did Super Metroid, of course. So you'll see a lot of things that are really similar, both to the original Metroid and Super Metroid, like some of the enemies and stuff. It's a very difficult game, and that's going to be the first thing a lot of people will tell you about this game is that they played it and weren't able to beat it. But yeah, hopefully these guys do, as they are taking off right now.
Yeah, the run is getting started here. So basically, and Mako, correct me if I'm wrong on anything. Again, I'm not the single most knowledgeable Kid Icarus person in the world, so I'm certainly open to being corrected. But I believe what we're going to see here is 4 worlds. I think worlds 1, 2, and 3 will all have 4 stages each. And then world 4 will only have 1 stage. So I think we're about to see 13 stages here. And they will be kind of set up in different ways as we go.
Correct, and I do believe we will see a boss skip. It's just the nature of the beast. It's the 3-3 boss, the big blobby guy. Most of us that speedrun the game just opt to not go to him because it takes way too long, and there's a pretty clean skip to go straight to the last level.
Right, so we will have a boss at the end of World 1, the end of World 2. We'll skip the one in World 3, and then we will have Medusa, who is the final boss of this game, in World 4. One thing you'll notice about level 1-1 here is that really it's I think this is kind of unique to Kid Icarus. It's not the only game that's done this, but instead of focusing on horizontal movement, the first world focuses more on vertical movement. So you're trying to go from the bottom to the top. And Mako, I believe the general storyline is this is basically Pit trying to escape the underworld, right? So right now he's in the underworld, and then World 2 I think he's like on Earth, and then World 3's trying to make his way up to the heavens or something like that. Is that somewhat accurate?
Yeah, that's correct. It follows the Greek mythology pretty closely. I believe one of the guys on the R&D1 development team was actually, that was his major, was Greek mythology, so it worked out pretty good.
Awesome. And real quick, World 1-2 here that everybody's on, this is a really important stage. I think there are either 3 or 4 strength/weapon upgrades that you can get in this game to make your arrows shoot, stronger stronger shots. But this is the first level where you can get an upgrade, and it's really important to go fast on the bosses. And so to be able to get that upgrade, it's before you get Pit to the very top of the stage, you have to basically kill enough enemies and collect enough hearts. It's kind of like a internal scoring system. So you notice that a lot of times they're stopping to shoot and to collect these hearts, and that will sort of add up to a certain internal score before they get to the top here.
Yeah, and to add on to that, it is a very important part of this stage. I think what they're looking for is 2,000, and the only way to see it is if you hit pause. But even then, it still won't show you all the points. When you kill guys, it gives you points, and when you get hearts, it gives you points. So they want that 2,000 number. It looks like I've been trying to keep track. I think everybody's going to get it.
Yeah, we've got Angry Irish Snake top right, the first one to pick up the upgrade. Fruit Bat Salad just grabbed it as well, and Maniacal is in the same room. So 3 of the 4 runners have already made it there. Hero is on his way. I think if you look at Hero's health there, the 97 number is the hearts, but those are currency. The bar underneath that is health, and he's trying really hard to make sure he doesn't get hit here before he gets to the top. Can you kind of explain, Mako, what happens when you die in this game? Because in some ways it doesn't punish you quite like a game like Super Metroid might.
No, it's very forgiving in the dying aspect. As a matter of fact, a lot of speedruns you'll see on speedrun.com, there will be at least 1 or 2 deaths involved because the game is so hard. So when you die, it just starts you over at the beginning of the stage quickly. There's nothing that takes too long or crazy. It just goes straight to the beginning. And try all over again. So it's really not that big of a time loss if you do end up having a death.
Oh, Hero very unfortunately took 2 hits right before. I mean, he was literally like 2 seconds from the last door, so he's gonna have to start that level over again, unfortunately. Level 1-3 is, I think Fruit Bat Salad has discussed it as probably from a casual perspective, maybe the hardest level of the game, maybe casually. It's very long. There's no health chalices to refill your health, so they kind of have to get from the bottom to the top without taking too much damage.
Yeah, it's certainly, when you're starting out the game, going to be the one that frustrates you the most as you're learning the speed run. 1-3 it's going to kill you a lot at first. So all these guys are doing really well. You'll notice on the top right that Angry Irish Snake is going up through this section where there's looks like some gangly weeds sticking out from the side. If you actually hit those at any funky angle, they will do quite a bit of damage, and that would have just killed him there.
Yeah, FBS and Angry Irish Snake here are literally almost move for move. I mean, they're less than a second apart, so we have quite the race here, and Maniacal's not too far behind. Hero was doing really well too before that untimely death, but I mean, generally speaking, especially considering that a lot of these guys do not primarily run Kid Icarus, I'd say that all are doing a really good job.
Absolutely. That was a very clutch stage from Angry Irish Snake, and looks like he's going to be in the lead for right now.
Well, it looks like FBS and Angry Irish Snake are very close here, and Mako, you can shed some light on this. This is level 1-4, the first sort of dungeon. In a casual playthrough, it's kind of like a maze, but here they're going to go a specific order, and they're also going to do some wall clips. These wall clips are probably going to be the biggest sort of time difference between players. So can you just sort of explain what they're trying to do?
Yeah, and you'll see the first thing that he did when he came into the screen, and I believe no, FBS should be okay, but yeah, he killed himself because he wants the full health, and he's coming up on, this is the room right here that's in the top right there for Angry Irish Snake. He's going to try to clip through the wall.
Yeah, FBS just got it. He's on the final boss here.
Oh, that's my bad. Yeah. I've been looking at Maniacal's screen thinking it was... Okay, I gotta get my bearings back.
Oh, that's okay. Yeah, FBS is on the bottom left. He just killed the first boss. One quick thing that he was doing that it's kind of hard to explain, but basically you can reset your weapon faster, I believe, if you duck. So if you shoot, then duck, then shoot, then duck, you can fire faster. He used that against the first boss here, who I think is called Twin Bellows. And now he's technically in World 2-1, Fruit Bat Salad is, which you can see is now a horizontal stage, and this is supposed to represent Pit being on Earth. So he's made it out of the underworld, and he's now making his way through the Earth portion of the level here. And I think FBS is like 1 hit from death, but he's going to try to keep going until there's a chalice about halfway through this stage. So hopefully he won't get hit. Looks like Angry Irish Snake also finished up, and so did Maniacal. But yeah, those wall clips are really difficult. Mako, I know we won't see another one until 2-4, I believe, but can you just sort of explain like what they're trying to do with those?
Right, so yeah, those wall clips are really hard. So you've got to jump at the right time, and they want to jump right there at that first pillar, and the one that you just saw. And then they want to hit the wall at such an angle where it's not a full jump, but it's kind of a half jump, and it will actually put you inside of the wall if there is a corner. And so the last part of that trick is you turn to the right, and the game always wants to push you out of a wall, and they have used that to get pushed through that wall into the left.
Yeah, it's very fascinating. So looks like Fruit Bat Salad, I sort of missed it for just a moment, but I don't think he died. I think he's okay. And
Yeah.
they
There's some
are
chalice
making
there.
their way through this level. Yeah, so he's in good shape. Gonna get past a few of these frogs. One thing that we haven't talked about extensively, but Mako did make a reference to it a minute ago, is there are intentional deaths in this speed run, because sometimes you're trying to manage your health to get to the end of the stage with like very low health, so then you can just immediately die and then sort of reset in that stage and have full health. So I think FBS is actually going to be doing that here in the next level or so.
Correct, yeah. And you see that he's stopping and killing some of these enemies, especially the rocks that drop the big hearts, and that's because of this room right here that he's just gone in. So this will be the second upgrade he's got the points for. So that's going to make him a lot stronger. He's going to go through a lot of the enemies in one hit that would have otherwise taken 2 hits. So he's set up good for the next few levels.
Yeah, and I think that's the last upgrade, the second and last upgrade, strength upgrade that Fruit Bat Salad's going to take. We might see some of these other players potentially get 3. It just depends. But Hero took a intentional death at the beginning of stage 1-4 here, so he could get full health before the boss, and now he's going to go and attempt to do these wall clips as well. So if you're curious about the wall clips, take a look at Hero's screen. In the meantime, Fruit Bat Salad, look at Angry Irish Snake real quick. He just completed this sort of wall clip. And Fruit Bat Salad, you can see it with his position on the screen that he did it as well. They're basically trying to position themselves on the far right side of the scroll, of the screen scroll, and they have to memorize where to jump. The reason they want to do that, I believe, is because later in the stage there are some moving platforms, and if you start really close to them, you can actually like jump through them on a faster cycle than normal. So I think that's basically some interesting speed tech for this level.
Yeah, it's definitely one of the harder things to do with this stage, you know, going from left to right. You cannot see where he's going, so you do have to have him memorized, like Kip was saying. Another cool little thing is the flying enemies cannot actually hit you when you're in this position, so that's another health save right there. And we'll see
That's
if he gets it.
interesting. Yeah, I actually didn't know that. That's really cool.
Yeah, it's a great little help there, especially when you'll notice the enemies are disappearing as FBS is jumping. That's because platforms and enemies are both on the same, I guess, spawn table or whatever you call it. So as the platforms appear, the enemies will disappear.
Good piece of knowledge there. In the meantime, I'd like to point out Hero, bottom right. He dispatched of Twin Bellows, the first boss of the game, with no problem. He had a very nice fight, also utilizing that shooting and ducking method. Maniacal, up here on the top left, is I believe currently in 3rd place, but moving along quite well. He's having a great performance. He hasn't had any major sort of flubs or anything like that. And looks like Fruit Bat Salad is now moving on to 2-3. I think this is the first stage he's going to take an intentional death. So yeah, he just got hit by a boulder, which in my opinion looks a lot like Krang from Ninja Turtles.
It looks just like him, yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know what's up with that. But anyway, he took an intentional death. Now he does another clip through the left wall there, and he's going to do the same thing in 2-3 that he did in 2-2. So yeah, he's making his way through the night sky here. And looks like Angry Irish Snake just took that same intentional death. And I assume Maniacal will most likely do it when he makes it to the end of stage 2-2 as well. So basically we only have each runner only about 2 stages apart at this point at maximum. So nice close race.
Yeah, it's been really good. Everybody's done really great. And another thing to talk about here on FBS's screen at the bottom left, he is actually just jumping straight through that lava. And the funny thing about the lava is it looks like it's going to kill him, but he'll jump at the right time, so it's only going to hit you at a specific frame roll, and that's twice a second, I believe. And so you can kind of manipulate that and just tank all the damage through the lava and save a whole lot of time that way.
Yeah, it's funny, especially considering that, you know, a lot of these guys run Super Metroid, but I think they typically refer to going through that lava as lava diving, which is something we do in Super Metroid as well. So always fun to see the crossover. And actually there are Metroids, you know, technically in this game, which is really fascinating.
Yeah, coming up on the R&D1 development team here in the Metroids.
So yeah, Maniacal doing some of those lava dives now that we were talking about. and Fruit Bat Salad also doing those on the bottom left, and I'm sure up at the top right, Angry Irish Snake will be doing them shortly. I think Hero here is maybe farming some to get some extra points and also maybe some currency for something he wants to buy.
Correct. Yeah, he's doing that extra upgrade that you were talking about earlier, so he's going to go ahead and grab that and get level 3.
A great idea. So that'll also make it a lot easier to kill the bosses later and such. But yeah, this next stage for Fruit Bat Salad, he's entering 2-4 here. So this is another one of those maze dungeon sequences. And he's going to have another one of those difficult wall clips coming up here in just a minute. And then arguably maybe the most sort of interesting boss in the run. I know he talks about really liking it. I think he just spent 210 hearts to buy that chalice there, which is a calculated purchase. So that's another thing that we might see the other people do. Yeah, oh, first try. What a pro on the wall clip.
My goodness, a prodigy here. That's
this guy's pretty good.
It's probably the hardest wall clip in the game, in my opinion.
And he's doing his patented shoot the shopkeeper for good luck. Angry Irish Snake now, still in 2-3, sort of waiting on these platforms to line up. Maniacal also trying to make it through this level, taking a quick stop to kill the abominable snowman here. And he's going to try to get through this level without taking too much more damage. So yeah, we got Botwoon here. Go ahead, Mako.
It's a Botwoon, yep. They sure do like to recycle their enemies, which is a good thing. We like all their enemies, so yeah. He's using the jump crouch shot, so he'll jump in the air and then do the crouch shots that Kip was talking about earlier. It lets you kill him just incredibly faster than otherwise you would be able to. So right now he's going to do a trick, and I'll try to explain it as best I can. You saw him die right there. And that was a calculated death, so he has 0 HP, and what he wants to do is take some damage from environmental sources. He does not want to hit a bad guy. He wants to hit like a bush or something that's going to do damage to him, and we'll see if it works out good for him. It's okay if he dies. It's very, very, very difficult. This is a very stressful stage, so hopefully he nails it first time.
In the meantime, Maniacal has pulled ahead and is in second place, and he got the wall clip first try in level 2-4, so he's going to be coming up on Botwoon here in a moment. And as Mako mentioned, we'll see if FBS can get the underflow health glitch here. Oh, he got it. Look at that. He went from 0 to full.
Yeah, so many prodigies right now.
So we got a Botwoon fight going on. I believe Angry Irish Snake took a death in level 2-3. And in the meantime, on the bottom right, Hero 82 is making his way through level 2-2 and has just finished. Excellent job. He'll be moving on to the Night Sky as well. And we've got Fruit Bat Salad now in level 3-2. So he's only got 2 more vertical levels here, 1 more dungeon, and then the final stage.
Yep. All the guys are having great runs tonight. I think that was an intentional death from Hero. I missed that. I think he wants the full health, yeah. So, I tend to forget. He's going for the extra one, I believe, the extra upgrade. It's honestly something I should probably do myself. It helps a lot with the final boss and other difficult enemies.
Real quick, Fruit Bat Salad, it's kind of hard to tell you now, but basically whenever a Reaper sees you, he summons these 4 little Reapettes that will follow you. And what Fruit Bat Salad did just a second ago is he purposely was seen by a Reaper near the bottom of the stage and had one of those specific Reapettes follow him all the way up to the next Reaper. And apparently the way it works is if there's any Reapette on the screen, then the current Reaper can't summon anymore. And so he waited till he got past that one because they'd be a lot more annoying later in the stage. And then once he got past that Reaper, he killed the last Reapette. So that's some really cool speed tech there. And also, just to reiterate, one thing I do find really neat about this game is just the storyline. So Pit made his way out of the underworld. He was on Earth, and now, level 3, if you will, or World 3, he is making his way up to the heavens or whatever. So he's kind of going through the stars here. I think that's really neat.
Oh yeah, I've always loved the storyline to this game, and there we see the Metroids as well. So, yep, Deer Force making an appearance once again. You'll notice that Hero stopped on the right side there to wait on this this platform. This is a really difficult jump, and he did take a death there. I shouldn't have said anything, but yeah, those are probably some of the hardest jumps in the game. And if you do the screen wrap, it's even more difficult.
We've got Angry Irish Snake fighting the Angry Batoon Snake to finish world number 2. Meanwhile, Hero is still making his way through level 2-3. And I believe Maniacal is in 3-2 at the moment, and Fruit Bat Salad is in 3-3, so we're getting real close to level 4. What Fruit Bat Salad is doing right here is one of his original routings. He found a really cool way to get through this level using a variety of different sort of methods, but we keep seeing the Metroids, and here we are at the end. So, Mako, you mentioned this earlier. Go ahead and tell us a little bit about what we're doing here. We're not actually going to see the boss in World 3 here.
Oh, right, yes. So we're going to go through this this dungeon relatively quickly compared to how you would go. So in this room, he's going to go right instead of the usual path. And coming up in this room, okay, yeah, he's gonna go for it. So there's a couple of wall clips, this being the hard one, and he got it first try.
What a master.
So that's awesome. This is the hard one. So, well, they're all hard, but he got it second try. What he did there was he did the wall clip and allowed himself to be pushed to the left into the door and jumped into the door. The door didn't understand where he was, so it put him at the final level with all of the upgrades.
Excellent use of some speed tech there. So here, this final stage, Fruit Bat Salad's on 4-1. Let me briefly explain what's happening here. This stage will actually loop unless you kill 50 enemies. You have to kill 50 enemies by a certain point in the stage, or else it'll make you loop and do the whole thing again until you get to 50, and then it'll push forward to Medusa. So what he's trying to do is kill 50 enemies, but one thing you'll note that he does in terms of tech is as soon as he kills an enemy or a set of enemies, he also will go ahead and collect the hearts. That's because the next set of enemies will not actually spawn until he collects those hearts. So technically, anytime that you see hearts on the screen, he's either going to let them go off screen or he's going to collect them as quickly as possible so that the next set of enemies can come. And if you do that fast enough, you can only go through this level one time. And obviously, if you don't get 50 the first try, it's going to cost you a lot of time.
Yeah, it takes another 20-30 seconds. I think it's very frustrating when it does happen. So you're going to look for the red brick block on the bottom right. So if that brick block is there, coming up here in just a minute, then you know that you've got your 50 enemies and you can continue. And I'm sure he hasn't even missed one, so I know he's going to get it.
Yeah, he's running kill all ghost percentage here to wrap up the stage. But in the meantime, we still have all the other runners, or excuse me, 2 of the other runners are in World 3, and Hero is in World 2-3 at the moment, so he's getting ready to go fight Botwin shortly. But yeah, here we go. We now have moved forward, and this is the final boss. Tell us a little bit about this, Mako.
All right, Fruit Bat Salad's going to try to get a specific position on her. Of course, this is Medusa, and she is, well, we'll just say she's thick. So she's going to fire these snakes, and he would like for each of the snakes to get hit with the arrows as quickly as possible while also hitting Medusa with those shots. So he's in a specific spot right now where that is very likely that all the things are going to go right for him. You'll see him hesitate every now and again, and that's just to hit the snake. But his health is fine. He shouldn't have any trouble.
Yeah, this is not just a spam. He's not just tapping the attack button over and over again. He actually has a rhythm, but looks like he's got it. GG to Fruit Bat Salad, coming in first place with an official SRL time of 23 minutes and 6 seconds, which I believe is within 2 or 3 seconds of like 4 or 5 different practice runs that he has done in the last couple days. So amazing consistency. Congratulations to Fruit Bat Salad for winning this this display, or this cool race display that we have here. In the meantime, we've got Maniacal currently in second. On the top left here, getting his wall clip in, and now he is heading to the final stage as well. So assuming he can get his 50 kills in and also down Medusa, he will most likely come in second place. In the meantime, Angry Irish Snake is trying to finish up level 3-3 here.
Yeah, very nice show from everybody. So yeah, we'll see if Maniacal gets his 50 enemies as well. I'm sure he will. It's actually a lot more difficult than it looks. It looks like he's just standing around and shooting guys, but Pit moves super, super slow in this final stage, and I don't know why they chose to do that in the game, but anyway, it makes it a lot more difficult than you would think, and lining up these shots can be pretty rough.
Absolutely. So this is our last chance to see Botwoon here and on Hero's stream.
Definitely my favorite boss. Maybe not in Super Metroid.
Understandable. I believe you can correct me if I'm wrong again. You might have mentioned this, but basically this fight does not have any RNG. Is that correct? Like it basically does the same thing every time, so it just comes down to your execution.
Yeah, unless there's a certain kind of hit that Botwoon can do. He can do like face first right into you. If that happens, a couple of pixels could be knocked either to the right or to the left, but for the most part, there's no RNG involved. It just gotta shoot him. Very close for Angry Irish Snake there. He almost had that clip.
Yeah, these clips are really difficult and require, it's not just like, you get inside the wall and that's it. You actually have to do some button inputs inside, as Mako was pointing out earlier. So very difficult to do. And unfortunately, I think there he almost had it, but he landed back in the door. Okay, we got.
Yeah, you could see exactly what happens there when it doesn't go quite right. But luckily, this next pass gave it to him. Not sure what's happening on Maniacal's screen. Medusa is actually not firing the sonic beams at all.
Well, I think Fruit Bat Salad was talking to me about this the other day. So, or he also mentions it in one of his tutorials, I believe. But basically, she is actually firing the beams, and Maniacal can see them, but they flash really fast. And so on stream, sometimes like the capture won't pick it up because of the frame rate. So I'm pretty sure that they're actually there. We just can't see them.
Oh goodness, I didn't even think about that. But yeah, you're probably right.
And GG to Maniacal, coming in second place with an official SRL time of 26:16. Quite the run. Very, very well done, especially in a race setting. So great job, Maniacal, and congratulations.
Yeah, each runner so far only 2 minutes off on their PB runs. Excellent. Even Angry Irish Snake, this has been a great run for him too. Yeah, we saw a couple things on Hero's screen. He went into the health room to fill up his health. He does not do the underflow glitch, which I don't either. I do the same thing he does. I just fill up in that room. So there's a couple of spots in the run where you can just stop and fill up your life.
Oh, unfortunately, just barely missing that jump, but that's okay. He'll get another shot at it here. That is one thing that I do find appealing about Kid Icarus. Again, I don't currently speedrun it myself, but it's something I do plan to do, and I am proud to say I will say one thing, even though I don't run the game. I feel like I probably house the most active Kid Icarus Discord channel probably in the world in my Discord, because
it has to be, yeah.
All these guys go in there and talk about all the strats and stuff, but basically you don't have to do every single trick that you see Fruit Bat Salad doing. You don't have to take every single path. There are multiple ways to make it sort of safer and easier when you're first starting out. So it's kind of one of those games where you can sort of choose your own adventure and decide how much risk you want to put in. So I think that's really appealing as a speed game.
It's absolutely true. Yeah, there's a strat for just, it's really a lot like Super Metroid. You can kind of pick your own way. So he's had a little unfortunate luck with this stage, which is this stage is the bane of my existence too, so it's understandable. It's very difficult. A lot of very difficult jumps.
Definitely. And in the meantime, we got Angry Irish Snake finishing up his run with an official SRL time of 28:17. Great job. GG to him. And thank you for being in the race, Angry Irish Snake. Really, really great job. And that was a lot of fun to watch. And so now we've got Hero here, which I believe, Mako, correct me if I'm wrong, I believe this is stage 3-1, correct? Or are we on 3-2 already?
To be honest, I always forget which one's which.
Oh, I think this might be 3-2 because I think the other
3-2.
one has different colors. Yeah.
I think it's 3-2. They're so similar. It's easy to lose track of which one is which. But yeah, we've had a couple of people actually ask about the Discord. But I'll kind of leave that up to you if you think. Because we do have that Kid Icarus Discord channel.
Yeah, if anybody's legitimately interested in speedrunning Kid Icarus and wants to join, it actually is in my personal Discord, which I'm happy to let anybody into. What I would recommend is Fruit Bat Salad is, he's the world record holder here, and he's also one of the mods for my Twitch channel and my Discord. So get in contact with Fruit Bat Salad, and if you want to join, he will get you a link, and you can go in there and check out all the great information.
Awesome. Yeah, it's a very active Discord. All right, the jumps lined up perfectly there for Hero on this last go-around, so he's looking really good here. Lining up all those platforms can be quite a chore, and you can see there's only been a couple of seconds there where he's had the screen stop and not progressing upward, and that's really what you want. You want the screen to always be moving up.
Yeah, and just on an off note, as a casual viewer, I always love these stages that have these little parts that are like green and red because they remind me of watermelon, and the music here is also very pleasant, so it's just a nice cozy environment.
No, absolutely. Yeah, I can't believe we didn't talk about the music. It's really, really excellent.
Yeah, the music is fantastic. Here, this little enemy here, I don't remember the name, but it reminds me of Shovel Knight a little bit. It looks kind of like Shovel Knight. So I always laugh whenever I see that on the screen. But yeah, the music is fantastic, and there's different types of music for the different worlds, and I think the World 1 music is my personal favorite. Some of my favorite NES music. But here we got Hero 82 making his way through World 3-3, and now he has entered the dungeon in 3-4. So now he's going to attempt to get these wall clips so he can skip the boss and go straight into the end of the game. Can you explain a little bit, Mako, while we're here, have you played the World 3 boss casually, and why is it that speedrunners want to skip it, not the other bosses?
Now, if you go to the GDQ run that Jorf did, he does a much better job of explaining this, but it's technically just that you have to go like completely all the way around this. It's really convoluted, the path to get to the boss, and the boss is this big blobby guy, and he just takes a million hits. It takes forever to kill him.
By the way, Hero 82 showing what type of god gamer he is. Did you see that he got that clip like almost instantaneous?
That was excellent.
Well done. I'm very impressed by that. So now he is on World 4-1 here, and he's also going to be doing the same thing we saw the other runners do. He's trying to get 50 kills before the end of the sort of sequence before it loops, so he can go straight to Medusa. And he's also going to be collecting these hearts so he can get more enemies on this.
Yeah, he's on good pace right now with the enemy kills. I think he should be fine. He's got the strength upgrade, so he's actually able to kill those columns as they're falling. Usually you take 2 shots for those, but it's only going to take 1 for him.
Yeah, one of the hidden benefits. And I don't know, how many roughly do you think hits does it require, like, less on Medusa for you to get, as opposed to if you only have strength upgrade number 2?
That's a good question. I'm not 100% sure. I know FPS could probably eliminate for us. A Hero would definitely know. I would say it's got to be at least a third faster.
That's pretty cool. I kind of would imagine in a way, I love how we keep making all these parallels to Super Metroid, but I guess in a way getting the 3rd strength upgrade is kind of like getting plasma. It takes a little bit longer to get, it saves a little bit of time, but technically faster to pick up Spazer instead, right?
Oh yeah, it's Definitely the plasma beam. But yeah, it speeds the fight up tremendously, as you'll see here in just a second. I think he should be fine with his kills. He should be well over the 50 mark. And we're going to know by this block down here on the right. So we see the block, we know we're good to go.
Yeah, nice job. And we're also getting into the sort of dangerous music. I love how the primary music in World 4-1 is sort of a different take on the original music. So it's kind of like a little bit of an adjusted version. But here we go. We got Hero 82 taking on the final boss, Medusa, here. She's spitting her snakes and her death beams out at Pit here. And he's hovering in a good spot to keep shooting and stay safe. I believe in the Japanese version of this game, you actually have to control. You have to like press A or B or something to maintain your little floating. But here you just can sit still.
Yeah, he stands in a, or excuse me, he flies in a little bit of a different spot. But GG, good job.
Yeah, GG to Hero.
34:25, I think, is what he got.
Yeah, official SRL time of 34:29. So that completes all 4 of our runners' races. Great job. Fantastic. That was a lot of fun to watch. All runners doing a really fun job and showing off different tricks and also different ways to get through the game. And honestly, beating this game, and I feel like beating this game even under an hour at all is like really impressive, because this game is really hard and there's so many ways to mess up and die. So all runners did a great job here.
Yeah, absolutely. The first few runs that you do of this game, it's really going to hurt your thumbs, and you're going to be over an hour, guaranteed. The clips are going to take forever, but it's definitely worth it. As you can see, great times from everybody. It's always fun to run. It's a great community. And yeah, I'm loving the game.
For sure. And also with Fruit Bat Salad putting so much time into the game and really, you know, reaching out to other people to run it and talk with them about it on the Discord. We've seen a lot of people add times. I also believe, if I recall correctly, that this game was part of the sort of Big 20, the most recent Big 20 or something like that. And so there were a lot of people, especially sort of bigger names in the overall speedrunning community, that came in and ran it for a little bit. So pretty competitive board. If you guys are interested in playing the game, again, like I mentioned, check out Fruit Bat Salad's channel. He is, has been very kind enough to put together a lot of great information on how to get into the speedrun of this game. And I love how over on Hero screen it says the Hero you, which is probably the most accurate end screen for Hero 82 of all time. But yeah, Mako, I guess we'll wrap it up here. Before I say my kind of final thing here, thank you for doing commentary with me. I really appreciated it, and it was a lot of fun to get to watch this.
Yeah, man, anytime. Love the game. Of course, thank you all for watching and coming out. It's definitely a great game. Don't forget to give a shout out to us if you'd like to get in on the Discord. And yeah, we'll see you all later.
Yeah, good night, everybody. Again, check out every single one of these runners. They all have great streams. Fruit Bat Salad, Hero 82, Angry Irish Snake, and Maniacal 42, as you can see in the chat here. Everybody runs multiple games and has a lot to offer. And seeing the fact that one of my favorite Greek sort of characters is Daedalus, it was fun to get to talk about Kid Icarus here and some other Greek stuff. So you guys take it easy. We'll see you next time. Have a great week.